Greetings, programs. Welcome back to the grid. We're going to take another crack at this rook today. I've already taken the liberty of chopping off the top and fixing up my my extra edges. So if you're not sure how to do that, you can go look at the previous video, which accomplishes nothing but does demonstrate how to do that. Today, I'm also going to be using these dialog boxes instead of the Caddys. So if yours looks different, it's just because I went to Customize, Preferences, and turned off Enable Caddy Controls, which is on by default in 3ds Max anymore. And the Caddys are great. I'll open Extrude again. Because they don't get in your way and you can move them around and they're really, convenient. But what they're not convenient about is if you have a number selected and you started typing it, like 7 or something, and you move your mouse away from the caddy and you have window focus on, then unless your mouse is sitting right over the caddy, it won't actually take, because of the way window focus works in Windows. And so I mean, I guess the alternative is to turn that off, but then when I go to my opposite screen and I want to zoom, it's going to be zooming in this viewport because I haven't clicked on the other screen. So that's annoying too. But the dialog boxes don't seem to manifest this problem quite as much. And the other advantage is at least you can read along with what I'm doing. Oh, he's adjusting the extrusion height rather than some random number in the caddy. You know, some of these caddies have a plethora of options, right? The chamfer edges caddy is, there's a lot of stuff there, and if you don't know it all, it might be harder to see what I'm doing. So that's an explanation of that. All right, this time around, I'm going to double the number of vertical edges I have. I think that that's going to help it retain its shape a little better, help us hide that crease if we have to put up with one. And I probably should have done this to begin with. So ring, where's my flow connect? Where is it? I demand it. Oh, I'm not in edges, I'm in. There we go. Flow connect. Is it this easy? Can I just press this? But it didn't flow, did it? No. No. And then set flow. I'm going to connect. And then set flow? Oh, I can't do that many. Connect settings. 1. Set flow. Looks better. Still wonky, right? What if I ring and select everything and then press set flow? That's wonky. Set flow once, then ring, then set flow again. Ooh. None of that is what I was hoping for. Getting worse and worse. Interesting, I didn't know it would work like that. I mean, it's not awful, it's just not a circle, is it? So, I wish I had the edge regularizer Aramis uses all the time, but I screwed up my DLL files in Windows because I was trying to get Windows 7 to do a dark theme, and that's apparently a big no-no. Okay. Let's pretend we're happy with this. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Let's go along with the rest of this. Let's just say I shoulda, woulda, coulda had a properly lathed shape to begin with. With the number of edges I thought I was actually going to need. I did have the number of edges I thought I was going to need. I was just wrong. So, all right, that's live and learn. We're gonna take it. I don't think it's going to be too wonky. Okay. That looks about right. About half the distance to the center, half the distance to the center, cap. Okay. And delete most of this. Back up to our usual tricks. Which end do I want to keep? I'm going to keep the right side for now. And then I'm going to use my... yeah. Use my Polygonal Selection. Make sure I get the right one. Whoops. Turn off scale. Don't accidentally grab anything. Okay. I think that's 45%. Right? Or 45 degrees out of the 360. Maybe these will flow connect better. Right? Maybe I can get away with that. Man, that was such a bummer. I was all ready to have this thing done, and behind me gross. That one feels right though, right? That first one. Maybe I'll just settle on that. This is how we sleep, huh? We choose to believe that that's true. Okay. Turn off our polygonal selection. Grab half of these. Half? Or is it like this? No, it's half. Because, yeah. Grab half of these and start our extrusion, right? 10 height, that looks normal enough. And this time around, I think it's going to be a lot easier to tie off. And I'm gonna tie it off down here rather than right next to it, because I saw some other YouTuber do it and they convinced me that it was the right way. So I'm going to put connection here. That's simple enough. Gonna put a connection here, sort of. Better get my Swift loop in there first. Relatively close there. And all this is to avoid going all the way down. So sometimes you spend like half your time on the majority of the model, and the part that's most relevant and that you can see from space. It's got a nice big profile. And then the rest of your time is spent solving some very, very small issue. But that's what separates really good, clean work from most of what's out there, right? So, hard to say if it's worth it, but it could be worth it, depending on the project. So what am I doing? I'm just cutting this in, right? I'm not really gonna get too fussy about it. I just use my cut. Throw an open subdiv on there, see how bad it pinches. Hardly at all now, right? I mean, there is a little pinch there, but it's very small in the scheme of things. And I think we could really live with it compared to the detail we're going to get off these surfaces. So that's a little bit reassuring. And that means we can maybe get away with. Let's plunk in the rest of our Swift loops and see. So this can be very close now. These ones matter quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to put one on this side, right? Ooh. I am gonna have to put one on that side. I'm not sure how that's gonna tie in yet. Thinking about it. Let's just have a glance at it though. You know, a little pinching here, but already quite a bit cleaner. 2 iterations and you're really there. I may have exaggerated these a little bit. So yeah, I just need to get my other edge loop in there, and I think we're going to be okay. We need to get rid of this side. We don't need that. That needs to be symmetried and welded on, so that goes away. This one more edge, right? So I'm going to hit ring and do what I did last time. Get rid of these. Maybe let it go through there. I'll think about that later. I can always remove it. Rotated that a little. F to put it back. If you accidentally rotate these views, you just hit the. Usually it's just the letter of the view you want it to be. That one was the front view, so I just hit F. It goes back to front. The same for your perspective view. I could switch it to top or P, and it'll flip back and forth. So. Let's try. I think 70 may not be sharp enough. Let's actually look at it with the open subdiv on. We'll come down here and we're going to turn on our show end result. I'm jealous of Aramis. He's got it hotkeyed to his spacebar. My spacebar just locks your stupid selection, but no hotkeys, I promised. No custom hotkeys, at least. And can I turn off like the. All right, all I was doing was testing, is 70 enough, right? And like, when you think about rooks, they are really super sharp, so maybe 85. 2 iterations, and I think, yeah, that's where I want to be. Did I just get away with that? I don't have to clean up any of this? It's a total cheat. Look at me getting away with that. So maybe that's the moral of the story. Maybe I should just get rid of this too. Let's just leave that end gun there. What do you guys think? The question is, can you sleep at night? Can you live with yourself? No, it actually made it worse. Okay. So if I had even another edge, it would probably be even smoother. Or just a better place to tie it off to. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. I can tie it right off to the other side. Right? Wow. Big brain moment there. That's what the kids say anyway. Wait, can I tie it off to the other side? Is it true? Yeah, it's so. But I'm not coming straight to this. I still have to have my cut. The one I had was fine. I don't know why I got rid of it. Started to imagine that I had a better idea. Does this work? No, because then this still needs to be tied off, right? Like I still haven't. I know what it wants to tie off to. It wants to tie off to this darn thing. Son of a gun. Does it blend? Can you get away with this? Okay. Tell you what, solving topology issues, or trying to solve topology issues, is not the most exciting part of this job. Wasn't holding the button there. Control button. What if this just came over, right? So let's try constrain to face. And try that a little bit. Where maybe it makes more sense for it to like sort of live on this side. This is probably the Streisand effect, right? Now I've put so much time and effort and attention into this thing, I'm not going to be able to unsee it. No, actually much cleaner. Okay. Hey, I think we're done. I'm finished with the Rook travails. You know, it's my favorite piece, I think. Like, everybody likes a knight. That's going to be harder for its own reasons, but I will say the Rook was my first love. Right? As I got better at chess, I began to learn that that the knight is sneaky and clever and can achieve all kinds of unexpected things. But as a child, the raw power of the Rook and the idea that it was some castle or some wizard's tower, that was always fun. Cool. Symmetry. No, turn off the open subdiv. We don't want to bake that in. Somebody told me also recently, it's better if you turn off your auto smooth, which 3ds Max has on by default. Auto smooth is not actually changing the geometry the way subdivision surface or a turbo smooth does. It just changes the way it appears relative to the light. So if you clear it all, you get every facet, right? Everything is faceted, as they say, or faceted, as I used to say before I knew how to say it properly. And it's easier to see if anything's like sticking out or not, because the whole point of the smoothing is to hide that kind of stuff, right? So, looks pretty good. Symmetry. Really? Like the tool is... Okay. There are things about... Oh no, we're good. Okay, I thought I was going to have to move it over here. There are things about the way that the pivot points work in 3ds Max that I still don't really understand. And I'm pretty sure that you could probably get a master's thesis in it or something. Okay. Let's bake that in. All right. Let's figure out why we have horrible shadows on the bottom of our object. What happened? What happened to you? Who stole your lunch money? Whatever, we can just fix that when we're done. Just scale it in once it's a circle. Okay. Make it a circle, right? So, can I just use the symmetry again? See, now I would have to, yeah, no. Easy way to do this, probably faster than using a couple of mirrors, is to turn on your grid snaps. No, sorry, forget your grid snaps, turn those off. Turn on your angle snaps, set it to like 5 degrees, or 45 if you're feeling particularly imprecise. And then hold the shift key and drag it out to 45 degrees. 90 is what I meant. Copies. And everything's beautiful. Over to element mode, that's number 5 on your keyboard. Scroll down to the attach button. Click the attach button, click all of the parts. Select Vertex Mode. And select every last vertex. Make sure ignore backfacing is off. Make sure you don't bump anything with your scale tool. Where is it there? Bless you. And make sure... what an ugly job I've done. It doesn't matter. You can't see it. Okay. Make sure that you weld your vertices. Because right now I have, 3ds Max will tell you, I have 5,888 vertices selected. And I'm going to weld them. Afterwards, I have 5,544. So it seems like I had, what, 344 more than I wanted. And that was from each of those sides. So, because you can see nothing actually changed with the geometry, right? Like nothing actually got eaten by that weld because it was such a small threshold. Just the ones that were right on top of each other. So now if I go to, the easy way to check your weld is you go down to your center line and you move one of your vertexes. And as long as everything comes with it and it doesn't leave a gaping hole behind, then you can be sure that it welded. Okay. Throw my open sub back on. Iterations. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that slight fauceting that I have from, that's the price I paid for that sort of strange edge flow. Flow connect. That's what I get for over-reliance on a tool like that. So that said, I think this still looks light years better than the other Rook. You make your own judgment. You tell me what you think. I think these two next to each other are going to be night and day a little bit. Cap that. Failed to cap that. No big deal. The difference is this edge here is now catching the light where this one is not. And so this looks like an object in the real world that has scale and has imprecise, like nothing is perfect 90 degrees in the real world down to the molecular level, unless you're in a lab or something. So, you know, nobody makes a Rook like that, especially not if it's carved from wood or a plastic mold or something. So I mean, maybe with like machine aluminum metal processes or something, you could get a Rook with which you could slice your hand open, right? Nobody wants to pick this Rook up. So, and you could see that I cannot put an open subdiv on this one. If I can actually select without making these into a hot mess. More iterations do not. Uh-oh, did I freeze the computer? Oh man, it's going to be a thinker. Don't click and drag on the iterations. 6. Do not do this. Your computer will die unless you've got like a, you know, some kind of 32 core monster, some 3rd generation Ryzen or something. Then maybe it'll handle it. Just. Oh, I can't believe I knocked it to 6 when I was trying to fix it. It's very important that I select that thing and press like 1 or 2 and then hit enter if I ever get control of this back. Oh, my Rook will be gone. I haven't saved it. Save your work, kids. All right, well, that's all I have to share. It's very evident, I think, even with the screen washed out the way it is, you could see that this one looks better than this one. That's all we were getting at. It's like a 5% difference between them, but this one has ugly creases and this one does not. So, good luck. Have fun. See you next time.